Hello, back with some very quick Love Island USA thoughts after the twist of putting Nic and Olandria together, which I ended up enjoying. I figured I would because, as I said from the very beginning, their first kiss was one of the best kisses we've seen all season. And in a season, we're finding chemistry between these couples on what is supposed to be Love Island has been few and far between. It was nice to see some actual chemistry tonight, and Nic and Olandria were the two with the most chemistry tonight. So producers may have overproduced, and they did overproduce this twist to finally make sure Nic and Olandria could actually test the waters with each other. I believe Nic when he said that he has been wanting to explore Alandria, and I think he never did because one, he ended up with Sierra, and they do have some chemistry too. And B, he and Taylor are these good friends, and I think we all saw that when Nic and Olandria came back to the main villa, and Taylor was way more excited to see Nic than Olandria, jumping all over Nic, which you can say, well, they just thought they lost Nic for good, so of course they were excited to see Nic. But Taylor has just never had it for Alandria, and all of the fake shit with her has been pissing me off the most this season. I know Ace gets a lot of hate, and I've shat on him too, and he was at his worst with the Amaya stuff. Ace has done some shitty things in this game with playing too many games. That is fair. But people like Taylor and Austin piss me off the most because I just don't understand why they're on the show in the first place. If you're supposed to be really trying to find the connection, I just think that they both went about it all wrong completely. The way Austin had no chemistry with anyone, and frankly still doesn't. I know he finally has someone finally into him, but they don't have it. And Taylor does have chemistry with Clark, and I believe it's because he is actually attracted to Clark. I guess that was why he never truly pursued Olandria outside of some friend stuff. He did say at one point in one episode that he wasn't feeling the physical attraction. I guess he is feeling that with Clark, and maybe that is why they are able to move a little faster, I suppose. I see people giving Olandria a hard time for she's not slow burning with Nic, but it's Taylor who kind of was the slow burner in that relationship. And yeah, I think she wanted to explore the friendship first idea too, which is great. I love friends to lovers, but Taylor was just lying the whole time. That's how I feel about it. I think he was playing the game to stay in the game with Alandria, and even though Alandria caught that when he started to pursue her more when Jalen came around, she went back to him stupidly. So now the game has been shaken up, and I'm glad to see that. On the Sierra and Elan side of things, I think they have chemistry too. It's there. Sierra's the one that wants to take that slow now because she is looking forward to getting back to Nic. And after all, they did have some sex, so they have gone pretty deeper in this game than other couples have. So I understand Sierra's point of view, and I think that is where the big drama will be coming when Sierra gets back and Nic and Olandria are together. That's because Sierra and Olandria are friends, and we should get some decent drama out of all of this. So at the end of the day, I think it was an overproduced twist, and it's been an overproduced season. But with the cast that's been struggling, I understand it all. I don't know if we're gonna get the drama that I'm hoping out of Shelly, and I think his name is Chris, coming back with Ace and Coco. I think that all depends on Ace and Coco's connection. I don't know if Shelly and Chris have this connection that's gonna go that deep. I see Shelly and Ace coming back together at some point. I don't know if it's because they actually have chemistry or if it's because, they're scammers, as people have said. But either way, they're gonna come back together. I just hope we can get some kind of drama out of that. And I think Ace might be his drama queen self and get the drama out of that. As for other couples, I mean, it is truly slim pickings this season. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone that's really doing it for me. Like, I love Amaya. She's still probably my favorite girl overall. And it is good that she finally has someone interested in her in Zach with the K. But I'm not completely sold on them yet either. I am definitely not sold on TJ and the girl who has a face from Saw. I'm definitely not sold on that. And who Austin, no, don't care. I do think Taylor and Clark actually have a connection at least, so Taylor won't have to fake it anymore. If he wouldn't have been faking it this whole time, just trying to be popular by being a goofy guy, I would maybe just dislike him less. But because of all of that, it's hard for me to not dislike him so far still. Circling back to Nic and Olandria, though, I do think they have the best chemistry so far out of anyone this season. I gave the swirlers shit in my last video, and I stand by that because sometimes they go too far. It's cringe, but they were right this season. And I always said that on the podcast too. Anytime Nic, well, this isn't a podcast, but on these videos, anytime Nic and Olandria were kissing in challenges, they had it. And it's just not something you can fake. I've seen people online saying that, oh, this is not real. It's being set up. And while, yeah, I do think it's being set up by production to finally get them together because they weren't going to explore each other because of other situations going on the show. You can't fake chemistry. You just can't. I sit here every day, not today because I didn't feel like talking about it, but I sit here and talk about Beyond the Gates of Soap Opera and all these characters that don't have chemistry, that need to have chemistry because they're supposed to be couples or potential couples on the show, but they cast people that don't have chemistry with each other. It's because you can't fake it. Even when you're acting on a show, you can't fake chemistry. You either have it or you don't. There is a vibe. You can see it with people. You can see it with people in real life when they have chemistry, when they're catching a vibe for each other and it's working. Nic and Olandria do actually have real chemistry. And right now I'm sold on them. But I think Sierra coming back is going to cause problems. I think Nic is a big flirt. He's a Pisces. People tend to connect with us. They just do. We get a reputation for being fuckboys. It's probably accurate. But I think that he's not meaning any harm so far. I think he has played the game. He's explored. Him and Sierra were never closed off despite him only giving her 28 seconds of dick. So we'll see where this goes. I'm interested because I liked Nic and Sierra too. He made the right decision when it came to Nic, Sierra, and Bella. But he also happens to have his best chemistry so far with Alandria, despite having some chemistry with Sierra too. There's possibilities here. We finally might have a decent second half of this season because also Sierra and Elan have chemistry too. So we're finally finding some chemistry on the show. It took half a season or more, but we may have finally found some chemistry to watch on what is supposed to be a love show.